Hey there, friends. Thanks for checking in. Today we're going to check out the Taurus Spectrum. Let's head out to the range and see how it does. Taurus Spectrum, first shots, 10 yards away. All right. You saw me pause after that first shot. That was because I could not find that front sight. And that is because it is so low. And the rear sights are low too, intentionally, but it just took me a little while to focus in and find out what I was shooting at. The first shot, I have no idea where it hit, but I know it missed. But anyways, here is the Spectrum, and this has a 7-round magazine. Now this does have the extension on here, and I had mentioned with my tabletop review that it held 6 rounds. It actually holds 7 rounds. So I want to make that correction right now. Very light gun, loaded under 14 ounces. I think it was 13 3/4 ounces. It does have a rubber molding there. This one is called Mint. It looks like a squirt gun. I will agree with all of you guys who said it looks like a squirt gun because it kind of does. The trigger, long, heavy, double action pull, and it's not a smooth trigger. I'll tell you that. It is not a smooth trigger, and I actually felt that when live firing. I don't know if over time that will smoothen out a bit, but I have to believe it will not. The rubber part is also where the serrations are, and I tell you right now that although the spring on the slide is rather soft where it's easy to manipulate the slide, I would still rather have cut serrations rather than that rubber overmold. But overall, from 10 yards, not too bad. I do have the flat base 6-round mag right there, and you'll get a good idea of what it'll look like if you decide to carry it. Let's see if I can hit them all this time. Once again, 10 yards away. I do not see that front sight. All right. All right, so those were my first shots. It was 13 shots. And one of the common complaints with the Spectrum was that it had light primer strikes. So I brought out 3 types of ammo. We're going to be using Federal, Blazer Brass, and Maxx Tech 380 ACP. I'm just kind of using the rear sight here. All right, so far no problem. It is very much absorbing the recoil. You know, I don't know if it's a combination of that soft, it might be the mint green. It could be the mint green. You guys laughed at me for getting the mint green, telling me, oh, that dude, that looks like a squirt gun. It looks like a kid's toy gun. It's absorbing the recoil pretty good. Not to say that there is much recoil with 380. But here we have Maxx Tech 380, 10 yards. Let's see how it goes. All right, so there is a light primer strike. Let's take a look at that. Fall out the bottom. And yes, there is a light primer strike. Let me see if I can get that in the sun. I think you can see it right there. So that's what some of the people were saying. Now, it was fine with Federal, it was fine with Blazer, but here we have Maxx Tech, and I do have a light primer strike. Let's see, that's that same round right here. All right. Maxx Tech again, let's see if I have a light primer strikes. And I did, but let's see if it has restrike capability. It does. All right, lip wrist test. And it fired all 6 rounds, no problem. Here we are 15 yards away. I've got the Spectrum. It's a 2.8-inch barrel. I don't know what to expect here, but let's try it anyways. All right. All right. Light primer strike. That's my third one, each with Maxx Tech. So there it is, Taurus Spectrum 380 ACP. I will say, right out of the box, it shot pretty well. And I was able to acquire the targets and make my hits pretty well with this. It is ammo specific. I'm glad I brought out 3 types of ammo so I could tell that it did not like Maxx Tech. It did like Federal and Blazer. So that we know. I did not fire any self-defense loads through that. I think that is important for those who decide they're going to carry it. That's important for any gun, but I would highly suggest that if you plan to carry the Spectrum. Now I paid $255 for this. I've seen it across the board in the 100s all the way to closer to 300. I would not chase after this gun. I think in a month or maybe longer it will drop significantly in price, and that is consistent with many Taurus handguns. So even though I mentioned I paid $255 for this, if I could do it again, I would wait a little bit and catch this maybe around 200, maybe even a little less. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.